Good afternoon, everyone. Hey guys, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly market update for Wednesday, December the 18th. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's doing great. I hope you were short today if you were trading because this is the ES and we were trading along until the Fed right here. And yeah, if you didn't see this, the ES after the close was down 220 points on the ES. The SPX closed down 178. So it's about 3% drop in one day. And while this much drop is not crazy abnormal, to get it all in one day is a little bit different, right? It's a little much. We were down across the board. The Dow was down about 1,000 points. I mean, it was a pretty pretty tough day today. Let's see. I'm going to pull up over here. Yeah, the Dow's down 1,123 points. So anyway, across the board, everything's coming down. And why is it coming down? Because we had our Fed meeting. We had been anticipating this for a long time. Now, we knew this was coming, and the Fed was expected to cut rates by 25 basis points. They did. Everything's normal. Everything's baked in. I was thinking up to that point, but when you have a Fed meeting like that, so the meeting was at 2:30, or excuse me, 2 o'clock Eastern, and then Powell speaks at 2:30, and Powell says and this is exactly what I was in the back of my mind, was a little bit worried about, nervous about a little bit. He said the pace of rate cuts is likely to slow, and that kind of type language, which is not all that bad, but the market, of course, didn't like to hear that because rate cuts good, no rate cuts not so good, right? And we were pretty extended, and I was hoping, let's look at this. I was hoping that this thing was going to give us a Santa rally into the end of the year. I mean, look at this prior to today. It's a great looking chart. Everything is just going up, up, up. And then we get all that in one day. I mean, look at that. Look at that one day there. That's pretty amazing. Now, if we look at this, that is a 50-day moving average right there. This is the ES. There's a 50-day. We've been here before. That's below the 50-day. We've been there. So this has happened. It's a 1-year chart. So this is not anything crazy out of the ordinary. But again, to have it all in one day is, it's a little unnerving. I mean, you'd rather see this thing kind of come down if it's going to come down. So if we look at other things such as Apple, let's go to a smaller time frame. Let's just do a 1 day. Well, let's do a 10-day. Okay, so 10-day, look at that. Apple, I mean, it's across the board. Amazon, straight down, etc. There's the Dow or diamonds, straight down. Google, I mean, it's across the board, of course. Tesla got whacked. Look at that, about 8% straight down. Again, does this freak me out? Not really. It's not great, but we kind of knew that was a potential. Now, in the bias portfolio that I run, we've been lightening up all year. I mean, all the last couple of, I don't know, last month. I just meant to say year. Last month, we had some end of the year stuff on. We've already hit our targets and got out. So I'm very light in that portfolio in the bias room at Simpler Trading. But again, would I sell everything, freak out? No, I don't. I wouldn't. Again, this is fairly normal. This is an overreaction to what was said at the Fed meeting. So what will happen tonight? We'll have everybody will go over all of the details of the Fed's commentary and all that kind of stuff. And tomorrow, and overnight markets tonight will either go higher or lower based on all that, and then tomorrow we'll either get a big bounce or we may get follow through to the downside. If we get follow through to the downside, then all bets are off. We could turn into something like this where we may bounce a little bit and we kind of turn into one of those kind of deals, like this or like this. You can see all those different days in a row. At some point, there's a 200-day. I don't think we'll get that low, but that's a frame of reference at 5,500 on SPX. I don't think we'll get down there, but if we did, I'd be a buyer hand over fist down there, right? So until we see how this kind of shakes out overnight and tomorrow and Friday, who knows? We still could get a Santa rally. It's not over yet. It's not over till we say it's over, right? Next week is Christmas. We'll have shortened week as far as trading goes. So I would say stay light, stay nimble, be careful. Be careful buying the dip, and I'd be even more careful, shorting in the hole right here. So again, let's see what we get overnight and see what happens tomorrow if we get follow through to the downside, and not even, one day, the next several day trading sessions. And I think a lot of people, because of this, are going to lighten up and kind of walk away until the end of the year. It's only a week and a half away, and that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I've got some positions on for January, but I'm very light. So with that, let me wind it up again. Let's see what we get tomorrow if as far as follow through in the overnight session and or bounce. People may jump in here and just buy the dip. So with that, let me wind it up. If I can help you, let me know. I am in the Simpler Trading in the bias room, and I'm in the main room as well. And with that, have a great rest of the day, and have a very Merry Christmas and good trading into the end of the year. Thanks. Take care.
Without Simpler Trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me